So let's get down to the campaign. Are you going to be helping your father with the campaign? I know your sister is not. Will you be helping him?
Listen, I'm going to be very active in that stuff. I mean, for better or worse, I went from being a real estate developer to being sort of, a leader in the movement, in the MAGA movement, fighting for those things. I've taken those slings and arrows for a long time. I'm a believer in that. And so, I'm going to be very involved one way or the other, whether it's, active role in the campaign. I think even if I didn't have an active role in the campaign, I'm so out there all over the country doing these things, fighting for various conservative causes and for the people that we believe in within the movement, that I'm definitely going to continue that. That's just a part of my life these days. And I really actually enjoy being a warrior for that cause and for the Americans that
All right, so you're going to be campaigning for your father. In the recent Republican fiasco with the speaker, were you happy with that when you were watching Gaetz and Boebert and the others pretty much sabotaging McCarthy? How did you feel about that?
Well, listen, there were times, I like the end results, right?
The end result worked out for Republicans.
I think there was a lot more showmanship than needed, and that's because I understand the inside baseball, meaning I knew people on both sides that were in the room telling me what had already been agreed to and what wasn't. And so there felt like it was like an excuse to create fundraising emails across the board, whereas I wasn't, though, necessarily upset with the debate on the floor of Congress before the American people. I know, 60 Minutes, it's an embarrassment. Well, it's an embarrassment that we don't just sort of stamp the pre-baked response of the DNC or the RNC or any of these things. I mean, I think we could actually use a little bit more debate on the floor.
But the two people, Boebert and Gaetz, who at the end of Friday night were still sitting there when everybody knew it. They got a lot of what they wanted, but they still wouldn't give in. I'm not even involved with Republican or Democratic politics. That teed me off. I went, these people are just grandstanding this.
I think there was a component where it got dragged on longer than it probably needed to. I think they got the things that they wanted to, and I think that was agreed to beforehand. I like what they do with the movement. I'm friendly with both of them, but I think it probably went longer than it needed to, and I think there was an element of showmanship. But that is unfortunately the nature of the game. So again, I'm happy that the fact that there's this debate. I do think that Kevin will do a good job. I was actually, for someone who's clearly never going to be called an establishment kind of guy, I was an earlier believer in that because I knew the guys on his team that were working on the things that he was planning on doing way before the showmanship started. And I was like, listen, if we get 30, 40, 50% of those things, conservatives are going to be very happy with the end results of that.
But it's not going to be easy.
With the attack on the IRS and getting rid of the 87,000 agents, and but that's our job then to hold someone accountable. If they make the promises,
I mean, you can put it out there. Not going to happen. We'll do that in a moment after we finish talking with you. Do you talk politics with your father on a regular basis? Are you guys talking politics?
I do. These days, we do a lot of that.
Okay.
I'm
so does
on
he,
the ground in so many of those places.
All right. So you guys are back and forth in the political spectrum. Does he know now that his power has waned a bit with the American people, according to the polls? And I think it's true. I mean, not to say he can't make a comeback and he can't reassemble momentum. He can. And anybody who thinks he can't is foolish. But right now, he's not as powerful as he once was. Does he know that?
Well, I think you see some of that, but I think that's also a factor of time, right? You got 2 years till sort of the next election. That's a long way to go. It is sort of.
But does he know? Does he know where he is in the moment?
He sees all of the information that's out there, Billy. He's a consummate consumer of everything that's out there. So
I know that, but I don't know if he accepts the information. See, that he sees it.
Well, I
understand.
He's the guy,
I don't know if
he understands when he wants to put it on and when it's time to put it on. I think no one's better at that than him.
Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532.